Now, when Bitcoin started gaining traction, and the powers that be actually started seeing that it could actually pose a threat to the credit system. This is offering money to people who were incapable of getting credit in any shape, form, or fashion. This includes everything from businesses to individuals. That's when you started hearing stuff like, oh, the FBI busted this place, the FBI busted this place for money laundering for terrorist groups. I've already said this before. There is no such thing as terrorism. 90%, not only this, and now I don't get this out of a box, right? I don't get that sentiment or that understanding out of a Cracker Jack box. If you look at foreign news, a lot of foreign news will say this whole terrorism thing is completely made up by the U.S. And the notion has American citizens so brainwashed as to completely believe everything. In fact, they have said U.S. News has made up entire incidences to tell the U.S. population. Now, if you've been with me for a long time, you may have heard me on occasion says, well, I didn't see the plane crash. I didn't see the building blow up. So I don't know. And I've had people in the comments say, what do you mean you didn't see it? What do you mean you didn't see it? What do you mean you don't know? It's all over the news. It's all over the news in the United States. I don't see a peep out of it in any foreign newspaper. Now, if you know, I've made videos about African nations, European nations, South American nations, the Caribbean, Mediterranean border nations. So obviously I'm a little bit in the loop as far as stuff that is going on. China, Japan, I'm in the loop about stuff that goes on internationally or on foreign soil. So if I say, I don't know if a building actually blew up, and they'll say, what do you mean? It was on the news, and they even have footage. That's because there's not a peep. The entire rest of the world is completely silent on the matter. And if you can imagine, there are a lot of foreign news outlets that literally concentrate on the United States and stuff that actually happens inside of the United States. Conversely, there's stuff that goes on in the United States that none of the mainstream media even reports on. So when I say Bitcoin offering a possibility for credit, do you understand? In Europe, there is a lot of focus on what is going on. The question is how bad things will get. Nearly $400 billion in bank loans are quote unquote non-performing. Moreover, there's a significant struggle to offer new credit. Is this a positive sign for Bitcoin? Or will the Eurozone collapse entirely? Italy is not the first, nor the last country to deal with the horrible banking situation. Had the country cleaned up its banking system a few years ago, some of these problems could have been averted. Alas, they did not, and nearly 1 in 5 bank loans in the country are worthless. While institutions are struggling, the households will be the ones to feel the burn. Depending on how this situation plays out, the Italian government could be brought down. In fact, there's a possible scenario to make the entire Eurozone collapse. Some experts feel this situation is far more volatile than the Brexit or the Greece debacle. Current projections estimate the Italian economy will remain on shaky legs until at least 2025. It is certainly possible to recapitalize the Italian banks, and the amount of money required is not astronomical. However, the majority of this funds will have to come from retail customers who are already bearing the weight of debt on their shoulders. Bailing in retail bondholders may shut down the domestic bond market altogether. Depending on whom one poses the question to, Italy may end up defying Europe's ruling by coming up with their own plan to recapitalize banks without being green-lighted by the EU. Italy will be playing a very dangerous game. However, something has to happen sooner rather than later, as any further delay will only make the situation worse. Investors and households may want to take a look at ways to diversify their portfolio. Every scrap of money they have set aside that is not going to pay back loans should be used to create more value. Bitcoin presents an option to do so, albeit it is not without risk either. Dire straits for Italy, that much is certain. Now, I've already made several videos talking about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? Where does it come from? How is it implemented? How can you get into it? Please do a search for those videos. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Do you think the EU will collapse? I mean, it has to collapse already. We have the IMF chair already calling for the collapse of the euro. She said that it can't be saved, and it's simply a question of when will the collapse happen. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers. I was purged of probably 5,000, and it was in chunks. YouTube thought I didn't see. Also, YouTube has actually removed many of my videos. I have way too many videos to keep track, so I don't know what videos were taken away. And I have no way in any sort of analytics to even understand which videos were removed. There are channels far more successful than I that only have like 60 videos, so they would be able to see if a video was removed. I have over 1,800. I have absolutely no way to even control or to see that. I'm going to be hiring a couple of people, and there's people who have like begged to come work for me, and it's going to have to be on an independent contractor basis. A few of you have actually offered to help me online. I can't do that right now. This will have to be an in-person hiring. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show. Please share this video. Thank you.